Hey everyone, it's Nathas. Today I'm going to be doing the top cut match for the April Tabletop Simulator League with Dr. Atylis. So basically, right now he's actually, I think, driving his girlfriend to work, so he might be a minute or two late. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring up my deck and talk a little bit about what I have to play for this week, and then hopefully he'll be here by the time that I kind of do a little bit of a deck tech. So let me get that up. So give me 1 second. And how you doing, Cardboard Newt? All right. So this past month, I played this deck. And so it's a Betrayer Hardened Omni with a Shambling Shambler. Is kind of the glue that brought these two half decks together. So just to kind of talk a little bit about kind of what the inspiration was. So obviously Hardened Omni. I got a Betrayer Hardened Omni. Ended up purchasing this from KC Kid, and this deck has been a ton of fun to play. And this deck has a lot of battle abilities, which I'll talk about in a second. But that I was like, all right, I want something that kind of deals a little bit with that kind of battling, my creatures dying, and that's where I was like, all right, I have a Shambling Shambler deck. Let's kind of start there, and this pairing ended up being a lot of fun. So I've got the Hardened Omni Betrayer. So whenever I play Stones, can I ready it, and it gets armor. So this has been just a really great card in terms of just getting my creatures armor, letting them live through combat when they wouldn't normally. Um, so then we got Relentless Wanderers, which is just a nice little minion generation for the Shambling Shambler. Um, it's just something that it helps me block if I need to, if I'm in a pinch, but also it just kind of is just a great like death fodder. Shroud Thorn Splicer can be a great card actually because when it dies to Shambling Shambler's triggers, if you play the level 1, you get a death trigger for free off of it. And then on top of that, you could turn something like your Wisp off your Relentless Wanderers into an Oakfather minion. So I've had a couple turn 1 games where I've been able to make a minion or play a creature that I just want to level, then play the Splicer to make it into an Oakfather on the first turn. So that can be just a really nice aggressive card that just lets you replace to make Oakfathers later on, and the creature just stays alive if after the first one. Stout High Stegodon tends to be an MVP. It's life gain, breakthrough. It can just push a lot of damage, gain you some life to help activate some of your cards like Xeris Will or something where gaining life matters. The Guardian is a card I haven't really played a ton in this specific deck, but it's nice utility. So, like if I play it off Forge or even on Forge and then play something like a Relentless Wanderers, it's just a nice way to buff the creature and just kind of make it bigger. You could do some favorable blocks if you need to while keeping it alive to then push damage the next turn if you play it off Forge. So it's a nice utility card. It's much better than just a vanilla creature, and there are some games where doing something like, all right, I'll play a Relentless Wanderers, activate, and then if I gain life, play Xeris Will. Like it could just be a lot of utility to get multiple creatures and make it bigger later on. Um, Transcendent Biologist is nice as well because there's a couple ways to make minions in this deck, and if I could just either go 2 creatures, buff my minions, and kind of just get a board state. Like I've had a couple games where I've been able to throw out a Transcendent Biologist when I had the Shambling Shambler out, like do some favorable trades, get a bunch of death triggers, and then been able to push ahead. And then the Utera Charger helps with fighting. With the Shambling Shambler, it's great where it's like I could just kill multiple creatures, let my Utera Charger die, and then if it lives, I push damage. If it doesn't, it's just removal that kills my own creatures. And then our spell suite is Stone Skin, which fights, Vine Lash, which fights or battles, and then Toxic Spores, which can help buff your creatures and remove one of your opponents. So this green deck was something I saw, and I was like, all right, I want to be fighting. I want to play aggressive. I want to remove some creatures. Where can I just really take advantage of these cards? So the first thing that brought me to this deck was the Shambling Shambler. So obviously, a Shambler has when one of your creatures is destroyed, deal 1 damage to a player and you gain a life. And then because it's a Shambling Shambler, it does that double. So I saw the Shambling Shambler as well as the Ghastly Renewal, which could be a great way to potentially reanimate it if you play all 3 levels, because the first level makes you zombie minions, mindless zombies. The second level makes you zombie brutes, and the level 3 can reanimate up to 2 creatures if you have a scientist. So just that alone, being able to play your Shambling Shamblers, bring back your Ghastly Renewal, that was just a nice little thing that was like, all right, this deck is a pretty solid deck. I want to be pairing this with something where my creatures are going to be dying. We got the Vampiric Slime, which gains you life and deals damage, which can just help trigger your Xeris Will, because there's quite a few ways to gain life. We've got Varric's Embrace, which is life gain and removal. And then there's a lot of just good utility creatures in this deck. So obviously you have the Spirit, which I love the Spirit when you have something like a Shambler out. You need a creature to die, but you don't have a way to kill something. So you could play the Spirit in a lane that's or where it will be opposed, so it just destroys itself. That works very well with the Broodfang, where if one of your creatures is destroyed, you could use it as removal. So it's a nice little like 3 card mini combo. If you could just throw out the Spirit, if you need to get a death trigger, or it gets kind of big, like you could get a 22-9 that could just help try to push damage later on in the game. Um, the only card that I really wish wasn't in this fuse was the Venerable Drake. Like it's not horrible. It's a blocker. It's got mobility. But it's like you're not going to be pushing any damage with this. So it's just kind of there to if you need it, but I don't think I've actually ever played this card in the deck. So really at the end of the day, what I want to be doing with this is I want to a keep my opponent's creatures off the board. So I have a lot of fighting, I have a lot of ways to push damage with big creatures where they're going to have to block unfavorably. But then on top of that, the real goal here is to set up board states where I could really take advantage of the Shambling Shambler. Um, Granted, you're not going to draw it every game. Like it's like a 75% chance that you'll see it each cycle. But at the same time, this deck has enough removal and large creatures and just kind of like evasion stuff like your stealth on the Dreadmaw, which can obviously, if you have the Shambling Shambler out, like there was a game I was able to finish off the last amount of damage by playing a Dreadmaw, killing one of my creatures to do the damage I needed to do with the Shambling Shambler. So it's just like there's a lot of like little engines in this deck that could really help you try to push some damage. There's a lot of ways to gain life and recover, so you could kind of take a lot of hits and kind of keep going. So if you miss your Shambling Shamblers, you could still kind of I wouldn't say stall the game, but you could push the game, gain enough life to keep going until you start hitting those. And then you have cards like your Frankenbombs, which can just aggressively, as you kill their creatures with your Frankenbomb, you'll get advantage with either minions, brutes, or sorry, mindless zombies, brutes, or reanimating the creature that it kills itself. Um, so that's kind of just the idea of this deck. I wouldn't call it a top tier deck. There's not enough, like I would say, hard removal here, but you do have enough fighting removal where it could take care of a lot of decks that just want to eke out advantage. So that's kind of the deck that I'm playing today. Usually I use Nyx, or actually not usually, I always use Nyx here. So if you could make a zombie brute on cycle 2. On cycle 3, you could destroy one of your creatures to play a creature for free. That's been great with the Shambling Shambler. If I could get that out in the field, destroy one of my creatures and play another one. Or sometimes if I want to get some extra plays, if I have the Relentless Wanderers out, I could play a Wisp out, use the Soul Rip to then play another card from my hand to help level for the last cycle if I need to get there. And then if we get to the last cycle with a few ways to make minions, it's nice to be able to, at the very least, make a 9/3 minion, a 9/3 mindless zombie. But then if you have stuff like your biologist out, or you made a minion with a Xeris Will, or you've done Ghastly Renewal, or any of these other minion-based cards like the Relentless Wanderers or the Splicer, you can just get a couple minions out and try to push the last little bit of damage through that Raising Dead. Um, so that's the ideal plan here. It's just kind of like I said, advantage out your opponent with either these chump blocks, pushing damage through, getting as much advantage as you possibly can with Shambling Shambler, and if your opponent's playing a lot of removal, prioritize that Gassy Renewal to try to push that forward. So let me see. So I'm still waiting on Dr. Atylis to come back. So again, like I said, he was driving to drop his girlfriend off at work. So as soon as he gets here, we'll start the game. But he did send me his deck link, so I'll talk a little bit through the deck that he's playing as well. I haven't really got a glance at it yet, so it'll be nice to kind of take a look at this together for the first time. So first of all, just looking at this, he's got 1, 2, 3. So he's got 10 spells here, which is just a lot of advantage. There's a lot of cool spells. So we'll go through this. We'll start with the creatures. Although I guess no, we'll start with the spells. I think the spells, just looking at this really quickly, are really where this deck's going to shine. So you got hard removal with Dreadbolt. He also has a Ghastly Renewal, which could reanimate creatures, and he's got a Stitcher too. So like a lot of ways to bring creatures back to gain advantage here. He's got Infernal Ritual, so he could just pump out zombie minions with Ghastly Renewal. Your Infernal Ritual, give him aggressive. He's got Varnus Pact, which is removal based off of those minions. And then he's got Xeris Will, which can just, if he's gained life anywhere, which he's got the Vampiric, or Stout Heights Stegodon. So he's got a few ways to gain life. He can play another free Xeris Will. Druid's Chant, which gains life. He's got Feral Instinct, which could help push damage with Breakthrough. Gives attack and armor with Breakthrough. Now the Lycian Ray immediately caught my eye with this deck, 'cause he's creating so many minions off of the spells here. Or so he's got the Ghastly Renewal, the Infernal Ritual, the Varna's Pact, and the Xeris Will. And then he could Lycian Rain just to pump them all up, create more minions. He's got Battling with Vine Lash, Toxic Spores to remove creatures. So this is a spell suite that I'm definitely pretty terrified about. He's got a Hibernating Slime, which becomes an 18/16 with 4 armor. So if this comes out, my deck doesn't really have too many ways to remove that. If we get to that level 3. He's got a Raging Spectre, which could be a nice way just to surprise damage out, because it's got aggressive and stealth. So if he's off Forge, he could obviously push damage with aggressive. If he's on Forge, the stealth can basically guarantee anywhere he wants to push the damage. He almost can, unless I have aggressive as well, which I don't really. But 8 damage during the last cycle could potentially be just a killer. Yeah, Raging Spectre is a great card. Vampiric Harvester. So how many scientists does he have? He's got 3 scientists, which means he'll get a lot of advantage out of this. So it's Vampiric, so he's gaining life, taking damage, and anytime one of his scientists is destroyed, he makes more minions. So I have a feeling his board's going to be full almost every turn when we're playing. The Ravager, it's Camouflage too, so more stealth. And then if he gains life, which he has quite a few ways to do that, he'll get additional attacks. So this can just definitely be something I have to worry about as well. And actually, I skipped over the Spite Hydra. With the Infernal Ritual and Spite Hydra, there's just a couple ways that he can kill his own creatures if I don't do it. He's got the Ferocious Packmaster to be able to give his warriors more attack. The Stegodon to break through and gain life. The Guardian, so if he's off Forge and puts a bunch of stuff in the back row, like with the Lycian Ray and stuff, like this could be huge. And then Biologist has another way just to pump his minions. So this deck is just a pretty strong green-purple minion deck with some good removal, some good utility creatures. This is something that I definitely, like I said, think is going to be pretty hard to keep up with, just because he could remove stuff like my Shambling Shambler pretty easily. He can keep the board full, and I just have to waste my removal either on minions or have some like potentially like I'll be blocking things or he'll clog the lanes where I won't be able to push damage the way that I want to. So the 2 Forgeborn that he has here, and actually let me just see if he's ready to go. Yep, he said he's ready. So actually, we'll see what Forgeborn he picks there when we get there. And actually, yeah, so he's got Toxic Spores as removal, Vine Lash as removal, Varna's Pact as removal, and Dreadbolt. Although they're not all hard removal, obviously Dreadbolt is, but it's still enough that like that Varna's Pact is most likely going to be really hard to deal with. All right, let me just message him. All right, so let me get Tabletop Simulator back. And thank you everybody for sticking around while we were getting set up. So I'll call him right now into the chat. Hey, how you doing?
Yep, I'm good.
Good stuff. All right, I got the stream going as well. I hope that's okay.
Yeah.
All right, awesome.
Anytime, I don't matter being on stream.
So I guess before we get started, like, how was the Pro Tour? I know you went to the Flesh and Blood Pro Tour. Like, I'm definitely jealous. That sounded like a lot of fun.
The weekend was great. Results were not for me.
I'm sorry. I
I
remember you.
went 3-3-1 and then 5-3,
Okay.
which I missed day 2 of the calling with the 5-3, and then missed day 2 of the Pro Tour because of the draw. So I was like,
Oh
yeah.
no. Was it versus
And the
Oldham or was it?
Oldham Dromai, and the guy had 4 cards left in deck and only one way to go again. So I think
Yeah.
I win that game, but he doesn't know that my next 2 hands have 2 poppers in them. So
Yeah.
he wasn't. I don't blame anybody for not conceding with that much elo on the line. It's like a
Yeah.
chunk. So
I get it. But if anything, like, congrats on making the Pro Tour, and like that's awesome that you still were that close to day twoing.
yeah, my elo's in the tank now. Though I was ranked 7th in the world, and
Oh no way.
I'm maybe not in the top 50 anymore.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, yeah, it's really brutal, the elo system on that.
Yeah.
But well, that's why we play the game. So I'll just have to qualify a different way.
Exactly. I feel yeah. And then, are you ready for me to start it?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I was looking at the list that you sent me. Like, this definitely looks like something that's gonna be really hard for me to keep up with.
The Shambling Shambler might have enough life gain, but I played against a Mantis Forge Seal like purple green life gain with this deck, and I was down 83 to 35,
Mhm.
and I came back.
Oh yeah, I'm not surprised. But yeah, like there's just so many ways for you just to push damage out.
There was like a 40 damage turn out of 3 lanes.
Oh,
That was pretty ridiculous. 2 lanes were blocked, still did 40. This deck is surprising sometimes, but you have a good deck here too. So
awesome. Well, good luck. This will be a lot of fun.
yeah,
And also, congrats on going undefeated this month or this past month.
thank you. Yeah, same to you.
Thank you.
What do we want to start with here?
And this Nova is so good here.
Yeah, yeah. That's like step one for somebody to beat this deck is to get through the +2,
Yep.
and then the last one. Whenever I've gotten that late, Nova's Touch is just silly.
Oh yeah. That'll just like win the game. All right, so I guess we have to start with a Terror Charger to fight that Spectre. And then 2.
Well, fine. I'll just make it bigger. Yeah, we like that. We'll put it there.
Am I willing to take that or 7? Yeah, I think we're gonna try to play this a little aggressive. Might be a mistake, but we'll find out. So I'll play a Shroudthorn Splicer, replace the Oakfather, the Utara Charger with an Oakfather, and then this gets destroyed. Oh, sorry if you
Okay.
were reading that while I was doing that.
Oh, you're good.
And that's all I got.
All right. Damage.
I'm so used to being on the other side. I was like
Oh,
reaching for the wrong.
yeah.
All right.
You have any idea if you're making it to Denver? I don't remember if we've talked
I
about that or
can't do
not.
Denver, so me and my
Ah.
girlfriend are going to see Taylor Swift that weekend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's a huge fan, and she was like, I was like, oh, I'm gonna go to Denver. She's like, oh, great. What weekend is it? And I was like, I told her the date. She's like, you're not going. I'm like, what do you mean I'm not going? And she was like,
Yep.
all right. I was like, all right, I understand.
Yep. Yep.
All right. So let's start with. Yeah, I think we just have to start with this. Then 2.
Shambler. We're just gonna get this out of the way. We're gonna Vine Lash there.
Yep. All right. So then I gain 2, you lose 2.
Was it 2 for first
Yeah,
level or
because it's
1?
Shambling Shambler.
Oh, Shamble. Good.
Oh, and I think you went the wrong way.
Nope. We got this. There we go.
All right, and then we'll go. Actually, which one is more important for this game? I think it might be this. And that forces that. I don't like not playing the card that I'm not going to play. But yeah, I think in this game, this is going to be more important. And we're going to put it. So I'm going to play a Broodfang. And I'm going. Give me 1 sec just to look at your deck real quick before I decide. I think we're going to go. Even though I don't like it, I'm going to go here. I'm going to activate, give that -3, -3.
Yep.
And 2.
That gives me a tough decision.
That's what I was hoping.
I have a card I really want to upgrade too. Yeah, we gotta pay the tax man. We'll upgrade Lycian Ray.
I get it.
It's the whole plan of the deck, so
Yeah.
we'll just put that there.
All right. So then you'll take 8. And then this will take 4.
Yep. No, we didn't really draw in the right order,
Oh, damn.
but we'll have to make do. Huh. That thing's good, but I just don't know. Let me look at your list one more time.
Yeah, go for it.
Don't know if I'm too worried about you destroying something. To kill your own spirit, that seems funky.
Yeah, kill the Oak Father.
Yeah, and you've
Yeah.
already played. You already played your what's that guy earlier? Splicer.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, I think we just need to do this. We'll go here. We'll make the guy. And I almost have to kill this guy. But one of your creatures has to die to do this. We gotta be a little risky. We're gonna do this.
Yeah. So -4,
Minus
-4.
4. Yep. Then I'll pass.
How do I want to do this? Question is, which is more important to upgrade against you? I think it's this. I kind of want to play this, but it's not worth it here, I think. And then got could have that. Yeah, I'm not huge on this, but I think I just have to Gassy Renewal here to make a mindless zombie.
Yeah,
And
that seems
then,
really good though.
yeah, just to get it upgraded.
Yep.
And we're gonna go. Let me just actually no. This is where I think it has to go, right? Got more zombie synergy than spirit synergy. So I guess let's throw it there. And then 2.
Right. We'll put that here.
Yeah. Is that it?
Yep.
Alright. So then a Transcendent Biologist, which will make a Wisp. Then all my minions get +2/+2.
Nice. That's my trick.
I had a feeling. Alright, so this will take 5. This will take 3. These will trade. This will take 3.
I did not see my biologist. I had the Stitcher in the last hand too, but I have to keep those. I have to keep them paired pretty much.
Yeah. I think I just have to throw this out. Yeah. I'll throw out a Shambling Shambler and then 2.
Oh, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Hmm. You can play that there.
All right.
Pass.
Am I really gonna do it like this? I think so. So if I that yeah, I guess you've got +2/+2. Man, I have a feeling Elysian Rain's coming, and that's like almost a blowout here.
I don't know. I take
Although
like 5 million damage still.
that's true. On Forge, this is not what I was expecting to do with this, is what I will say. But I'm gonna play a Toxic Spores. I'm gonna
Mhm.
give the Transcendent Biologist -3, and I'm gonna give the Zombie Shambler or the Shambler +3.
Yeah.
So then we got a Shambling Shambler trigger. So I gain 4, you lose 4. It's gone. That's gone. Because I gained
Yeah.
life, I will Zeraswill.
Nice.
Then I will pass. I've never Toxic Spored my own creature before.
I was about to say I haven't seen that before, so. You're drawing so awkward right now.
Oh, and this zombie's like bigger than the other. I don't know if that looks like it to you, but like this one's like larger.
Oh,
I'm
it
sorry,
looks
like in terms
it
of
looks a
just
little bit, yeah.
yeah. Sorry, I just got distracted by that as I was like sitting there looking.
No worries. Um, man, that Shambler's like just the right size.
Oh yeah.
Man, this deck is not giving me the goods this time. Um, math here. 11, 14, 18, 22, 26. Oof.
I like hearing numbers that large.
Yeah, well, that's your damage.
Yeah.
That would save, but it wouldn't do that. Man, I literally can't let Shambler live again, so I'm gonna have to do the most inefficient use of my ability ever.
I had a feeling that basically I had to bait the ability out.
Yep. And you had a really good previous turn where you cleared the board with the
Yeah.
biologist. That was huge.
All right. So is that everything?
Yep.
All right. So this will die. Yours will go to 1. You'll take 4 plus 8, so you'll take 12. Right? Did I do math right? Yes, I
Yeah.
did. And then yours will take 2, and mine will die. And then you'll
And
take 8. I gain 8.
yep, 16. All right. 2 Shamblers down. Let's play Elysian
No.
Rain. Not good timing, but
Yeah, if it was the last turn, it would have been great timing.
+3. Actually, this one's going to be here.
Yeah.
And pass.
All right, let's see. Excuse me. I think I have to do this. Doesn't feel. I just can't let that live. So then I'm not pushing. make that work. Enough. That's that. Not exactly. All right. Yeah, we gotta play it smart here. So we're gonna start with the stone skin. I'll give the zombie +5 and have it fight the guardian.
Yep.
And then 2.
Let's throw something else big out.
Nice.
2, 3, 4, 4, and pass. That looming third level of Shambler is just gonna wreck me.
I think. What's this now? Take that. Ugh. See, the thing is, right now, that looming biologist is going to be tough on me here.
Mm-hmm. Especially off Forge. Well, never mind. My Guardian's gone.
Which means, like, that would be such a waste. Or is it? Man, I don't like this move that I'm about to do, but I think it's what I have to do. So if I do, this has stealth. Okay, what's that? Like, I really just shouldn't prioritize killing your wisps. Although, if you hit that biologist here, I'm gonna look at your graveyard. You didn't draw the biologist. You would have played the biologist if you drew it.
Oh yeah.
Man, this just feels like that's a lot to put in. But I guess if you draw the biologist here and I don't do this, then it's going to be real bad for me. But this also just doesn't feel good.
Feel like you're
So,
far enough ahead to play safe with
yeah,
the Shambler to bail you out of the last
that's
16.
true. It's just the play that I'm about to do, like, I'm disappointed in myself that this is the play I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Um, just because it's like I have enough life where I could take some damage.
Yep.
But again, I know how much power your deck has, where it's like it could just blow me out of the water.
Yep.
But
If Shambler hides out, this might still be a game, but we'll
yeah,
see.
so I guess the first thing I'm gonna do, and this is the route I have to take, just because of these wisps are too scary because they both live right now. So I'm gonna replace my wisp with the brute with my ability, and
Hmm.
then I'm going to play a ghastly renewal. And I'm gonna replace this mindless zombie with the brute as well. So at least I just killed the 2 wisps.
Yep. That seems reasonable.
Yeah, but now I'm taking 16.
Yeah, they each take 5.
Yep. I guess if I draw the biologist right now, I won't feel as bad.
Yeah. Yeah, you still have your biologist too, so.
Interesting. So, gotta do that. I guess if we draw it, we draw it, right?
Nice.
I'll do the wisp. Where do I want it? We'll do that here, I guess. Now we want to push. So we'll do the wisp here, and then my minions get +3/+3. And 2.
Decisions to make. 9-4. Those are pretty beefy. Huh. Wow, what tough choices. I could get blown out. You didn't have your. Oh, wait, look before I say anything. Okay, so you can't draw your Brood Fang. It's in your
Yeah,
discard.
that is in my discard pile.
I am safe to destroy creature.
That is true. Yeah, because that's the only one that really matters off of that.
Man, this hand is so hard to play correctly. There. Okay. Here. Destroy here.
Yep.
And then they're aggressive, so put them there.
Yep.
And pass.
All right, I guess I'll charge her to kill the 2 zombies.
No.
Yeah, as soon as I saw the Inferno Ritual, I was like, oh my goodness.
Ooh, I didn't think about that.
Put into you.
12. I take 12.
Is it biologist then?
Yeah, it's biologist. I could
Oh,
take.
if I didn't kill those, that would have been insane there.
Yeah, it would have been a. I have a good hand this time. I have Vernus Pact and Vine Lash level 2 as well.
Yeah.
Let's see. This is my best spot. And then
And you definitely kill one of those, yeah.
Yeah, so these are just going to trade.
Yep.
I'm not going to do the math. And then I take
So this takes
14.
2. This dies. That takes 3. Yeah, and then you take 14.
The Wisp traded with that because plus
Oh,
2.
because it got +2. I'm sorry about that. You said it out loud, and I was like, yeah. And then I was like, I saw 2 damage, and I'm like, 2.
All right, where's that power level at? Come on now. Dude. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'll do that there.
And then we're in cycle 3, so you have your ability as well.
Oh, we have abilities this time. I should look at yours. Destroy one of your creatures, play 1 or 2 spell for free.
All right, so is it just Guardian that it, or do you?
Yeah.
Also, if you want to reconsider your play as well because of the ability.
No, I don't think that changes my play.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to double check. All right, so then, yeah, I guess what we'll do is we'll gas your renewal to reanimate a Shambling Shambler.
That's GG. I can't deal with that.
Yeah, because I also have just my ability right there. So then I'll destroy my Wisp to play a level 1 or level 2 creature for free, and then Shamble.
Yep. There's the Lysian Rain for a big turn.
Oh, that would have been huge. Yeah, because you would
That
have filled the
started out.
board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so awkward. Yeah, I couldn't gain life every time I had Zrath's Will too. So that
Yeah.
like sat in my hand.
I think I also just drew very well against what you drew. Because
Yeah, you had good. You had 2 like really clutch answers: the Charger and the Biologist. The first Biologist was a blowout.
Yeah.
Because that like perfectly traded with my board, and then I came around to my cycle and had a +2 for +4 value.
Yeah.
So that was big.
Yeah, and then the fact that I didn't miss my Shambler during cycles 1 or 2 either. They like I think the second one came out cycle 2, turn 1, so it was just like I just got it out, got value.
Yep. This
Ugh.
play paid off though when
Yeah,
you
it
did the
really did.
ghastly renewal. That was a smart play because this board I'm setting up right here, like I know it's 41-2, but it's still scary
Yeah, oh,
if
100%.
Shambler doesn't show back up.
Especially like if you started with like the Lycian Rain and then play like an Infernal Ritual, or sorry, the other way around, the Infernal Ritual then play Lycian Rain or something. Yeah.
Yeah. On defense though,
Yeah.
that would have been
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
that
you're
could be
right.
scary on defense. But yeah, this deck has some gross combos. It didn't yeah. If so this is the first time somebody hasn't let me stick the board for the second cycle, and then it's really hard to build back up.
Yeah. And I got lucky that I had the right removal at the right time. Like, because if I didn't
Yeah,
have that biologist, I think you win that game. The first
probably
biologist
so.
during cycle
Yeah,
1.
yeah, probably so because that board would just be so big at that point.
Yeah. Because like I was looking at your deck ahead of time, and I was just like, the amount of minion generation you have. It's like if you play like your minions out, and then just like you draw a Varnus Pact, it kills anything on my board. If you like
Hmm.
play the Lycian Rain after playing the Infernal Ritual the turn before, like boost your
Yep.
whole board. And it's like your deck synergizes very well. And like I said, I think I got the optimal draw, and then you had an awkward draw by like missing a few things during cycle 1.
Hmm. The last round, I didn't draw a Citra Biologist in the first cycle either, but that combo is so strong. Even second
Yeah.
cycle, it was like it's just fine.
Yeah, because it's just like, do you usually target the biologist to bring back off this
Oh yeah.
creature? Yeah,
I don't know if I might have targeted a stealth creature once to
yeah,
finish a game, but besides that, it's always been biologist.
makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's well, that was a definitely that was a lot of fun.
Yep.
Do you want to play one more for fun? I know you've had a long day, so it's cool if you just want to call it at the one
Oh,
game.
we could run it back. I think these are
Yeah.
pretty fast games,
Do you
so
want to do same decks, different decks?
I want to run it back and
Yeah.
see if I can get this one because I've been curious if I can beat a shambling shambler. This is probably what I'm playing in Denver.
Oh, awesome. All right. Oh yeah, and I've got the thing, so let me reload the script.
Yeah, the problem with a synergy deck though, if you don't draw your synergy and your opponent's putting a lot of pressure on, you really don't have time to do it. So that's like kind of the weakness of this deck. Like the individual pieces aren't crazy by themselves.
Yeah, I get that. But that's the thing where it's like the biologist Lycian Rain combos can be so strong, and it's like
Hmm.
having that with the ritual and the Xeris Will and all those other cards. It's just like you have so
Hmm.
much good stuff where it's like
Yep,
you just can't miss
it's hard
multiple
to whiff.
pieces.
Hmm.
It looks like I've got the forge this time. Oof. I'm not a fan of this as an opening hand. I wish I was off forge with this one. But I think just till we've got to level some stuff. So we have to start with this card. So I'll start with the biologist.
Yep.
And then 2.
We will also
I
start biologist.
respect it. Um, hmm. Which one do I care about leveling more here? I didn't actually get to play this last game, so maybe I throw it out. Um, I actually need to look at your deck one more time. Yes, you have quite a few things. Guess I could just play this out. Do that. Oh man, I feel like this is the second time I'm not going to play this card that I want to play. Um, it's just I think later
Is
on the
it your
game,
Omni?
maybe. Yeah, because it's like I'm looking at the board right now, right? If I play the Omni, you have quite a few things that could just kill it right off the bat. Even if I give it self armor, it's just like you've got
Hmm.
removal. Like, yeah, I could throw armor on this Wisp, but like I feel like this other card here it's one of these two will give me better later in the game. It's like
Yeah.
I guess at the end of the day, knowing your deck, especially if you throw out Elysian Rain. So I think, although if you had the Elysian Rain, you probably would have played that first. But knowing that you could get it next turn and you might just kill this instead, we're gonna Varric's Embrace to kill your Wisp.
Yep.
Then 2.
Mm.
Like, I think this is just not a
Oh,
match.
this
Oh,
is.
yeah, you're good. This is just a match where Hardened Omni is not what I want it to be.
Yep.
Like, I need to play it off Forge as, like, my second play in Cycle 1 to make it worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it's like you can just kill it so easily. It's, like, not going to push me forward. It's, like, especially because Varnus Pack could just kill it with the armor in Cycle 2 even, I think.
Yeah. Infernal Ritual.
Nice.
And we'll go here and here.
Yeah. Alright, so this is dying. I'm taking 3. That takes 2. And then we're good.
I did have the Elysian Rain.
Did you?
Yep.
At least I'm glad you don't have it now.
All right. We're up first.
If I didn't kill your Wisp, do you do Lycian Rain or do you still do the Infernal Ritual?
Elysian Rain for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. I wanted to play the biologist regardless, and
Yeah.
then I might have had to adjust, which why I didn't order that way.
No, but the thing is, like, I
Um,
get it though, because that gives you the freedom if I do kill your Wisp, if
mhm.
you like play the Lycian Rain first, then it doesn't feel bad and you still have a creature to sack. So I think you made the right call in that order, like looking back on it. And I almost bluffed myself out of not killing your Wisp.
Drain 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Math would dictate he doesn't have Elysian Rain.
All right, let's see. So in this here, kind of want it to be this. Then you do that, and then I have a choice. Yeah, so I think we're gonna start with a Relentless Wanderers here. We're gonna
Mhm.
activate. We'll go Wisp here and then to you.
Okay. We know we're playing the Freeze Rat's Will.
Nice.
Then do have a decision on this one. I still have Stitcher available to draw, so I might consider that's a thing.
Hmm. See, and I don't like that you're off Forge going into Cycle 2 with your ability.
Mm-hmm. This thing's really good. I think that's my main concern. So we're going to Feral Instinct, and he'll have 3 armor. All right. Damages.
No, I've got one more
Oh,
card.
wait, you got it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. So this is a tough choice now. Because I had a plan. And now I think that plan has to change, but the question is, which card's more important? I feel like this card's just more important than this card here. At least that gets rid of your thing. This is just not worth it here. That means you'll have 3 zombies going in the next turn. But I guess Lycian Rain is gone. So it gives me a turn to kill everything. And this can
Unless Stitcher
block.
Biologist happens.
That's true.
That's bad news.
I know.
But
Yeah, but
that's
at this point, now that this is bigger, I can't do that. So I think I need to just level this for next cycle. And it doesn't really matter where I place it. So I'm just going to play the Terra Charger, have it battle the zombie.
Mhm.
And then that's what we got.
damage.
So this will die. This will take 2. I'll take 3. Interesting. I just gotta see what you've discarded so far. At least that's gone. I think it has to be this first. I'll play Shambling Shambler. I think it's going here. Maybe it's going here. If it goes here. Yeah, I think I'll do it here. And then I'm gonna activate. I'll go Wisp here. And then 2.
Yep. Mhm. Play Hibernate here and pass.
That card is scary for cycle 3 or level
Oh
3.
yeah.
Alright. Oh, man. So it's got 1 armor. I think. What do we care about the most here? So if I hit that, that does that. Then I can throw that out. Although I almost want to force you to place your own thing. Although, thing is, again, if you had the Stitcher, I feel like you play that first. Because you don't want to risk me somehow removing all your minions. But if you're the thing is that Stitcher could be a blowout right now.
Mhm.
Otherwise, then it's like, ugh. I think. Do I have to assume that you have it or not? I gotta look at your graveyard again to see if it's here. I assume that you would not have skipped it. Yeah, so I just have to hope. Oh, someone in chat posted,
Yeah.
yeah, this is game 2. So they're like, oh, is this game 2 then? Yeah. Let's see. This is tough because it's like, because the odds of me being able to kill all 3 of your zombies are low. And then if you just have that Stitcher, it's a blowout.
Oh yeah.
Unless I do it this way. So actually, if I do this, and it is the Stitcher, because which Stitcher do you have? You've got. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong side.
It's right here.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
Vulnerable.
Venerable Stitcher. Oof. All right, I think that's what we just have to do, and then you just play a different card instead. And I'm just like, oh, I thought about this for no reason. So I'm gonna start with a Stone Skin. I'm gonna give this Wisp +5,
Mhm.
and have it battle this zombie right here. So these are going to trade, and I gain 2 and you lose 2. And because I gain life, I'll do a freeze Eris will.
Nice.
And yeah, I've just got to try to kill some zombies.
Yeah, you're correct that I don't have the Stitcher.
Yeah.
But I can at least trade here.
Well, it doesn't. Mine doesn't, or you kill it there at least.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, but yeah, I just couldn't risk that Stitcher being like the bluff there.
Yep. Yep.
I wanted to, but I was just like, it's not worth it. All right, so these are both in the back. These will trade. These will trade. Yours will take 1 and this will die. So I'm gaining 6 and you're losing 6.
At least the Stitcher is relatively small.
Mm.
But man, the next level is so scary.
Yeah.
So you're free zombie brute. Ritual killing the slime for 2
Yeah.
zombie brutes. And pass.
Mm. How do I want to do this? I think we care. So I'm going to activate. I'm going to make a wisp,
Mhm.
which is going to go here. Then I'm going to. This is just really vulnerable if I do it this way. But I think this is the way I have to do it. Oh, no, maybe not. No, that's what we're doing. I don't like this play either. I'll put it on the record. I'll play a brute here. And then for my play itself, we're going
Ooh,
biologist
nice.
to wisp, and then use again.
Biologist is just so good.
It's so good. I just don't like the line I have to take this turn in the specific order I have to take it.
Got Varna's Pact for mindless zombie, and then -6 here.
Yep.
And then I will activate. And go ahead and pass.
All right. How are we ordering this now? So this is the card I need to do. So those are going to trade. I almost need it to be that. Wow, I don't like this, the way that I'm having to do this, but I think the card I gotta deal with here.
If your board wasn't full, I probably would have tried to kill like not this or like
Yeah,
kill like this, but I don't know if it's making it awkward to have to
now
play into
this,
a board.
my big thing here is now I'm gonna have to take either, yeah, oof. This is another play I don't like, but I have to do it. Because I really want this to stay alive with the current board state. So that way I could at least actively chump some stuff while I'm delaying for my
Hmm.
Shambler. So we're playing the Stone Skin because that's been the plan all along. The thing is, my initial plan was to kill one of either this or this. I think it has to be this now, and I'm willing to take 9. So this is just not going to live anyway. So yeah, I'll give this plus 7 to 10, and I'll kill this brute right here.
Hmm.
I'm willing to take the 9 as a result.
All
Right,
right.
so
And
1,
these
2, 3,
trade in
4,
this
5,
row.
6, 7, 8, 9.
That
That,
takes 3.
that. Hmm,
It's not horrible shape. Getting out of that turn though.
have to do this first. Got it. Jump. So this will go here, and then this has got to come out first. Then 2.
Yep. Yeah, we don't really need to wait around. They're battling.
Yeah. I see this takes 2, and this dies, so I gain 4, you lose 4.
Yep.
Alright. So then, guess I still somewhat the same turn. But again, if you have that card, it's just a blowout if I do it that way. But at this point, I think that's how I have to do it. So I'm going to start with a new Terra Charger and have these 2 trade. And then, because I gain life, I'm playing Azera's Will, debating if I'm going to block here. So it's like I block here, you play the Lycian Rain, and then... Or no, the Biologist. I don't think you played Lycian Rain the first turn.
Yeah, I passed over it.
So I guess if it's the Biologist... Because if it's the Rain, these will still trade. If it's the Biologist, then I guess I don't want to take the damage anyway, and then that forces you to have to just chump. Yeah, whatever. Let's do it like this.
Yep.
Is it the Biologist?
Nope.
All right.
He'll basically take 1 when we do damage, so
All
I
right,
just take
cool.
it down now.
That works.
I take 2
Yes. This is the
trades.
trade. This dies. You take 2. I almost put that in the yard. Wait. Why am I taking 2? I heard take 2, and I just took it off myself. All right.
Trying to make up for when you draw that last shambling shambler.
True. How do you know? No.
Man, this thing is just sticking around so
I
long.
know, and I've had to keep it alive. Because those Spy Hydras and stuff is just going to, like, destroy me if I don't have the chump blockers.
Yeah, a lot of big non-breakthrough. Hmm. And pass.
Hmm. I feel like I just need to keep that alive. Start with a Varix Embrace, deal 6, gain 6.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll activate here to make a Wisp. Here. And
Yep.
2.
How risky is this? I don't think it's too risky with your list. Stone Skin's already been played this cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna Feral Instinct here.
Oof. That's a level 1 or 2 card. Yeah, that's definitely getting through.
And then past you.
So I'm taking 13, but I guess now this will at least do that. Be able to do that. And you're getting something out though. That's the part that is the worst. Because I'm okay taking a little bit of damage here. Well, it's not a little bit. It's more than a little. Um, yeah, but I think we still have to stick with our guns here. We'll go Relentless Wanderers, and we'll do the Wisp there, especially because we're on our turn 3 on the cycle as well.
Yep.
All right, so we will go to damage. I'm taking 13.
Yep. I take 2. And play level 1 or level 2.
This does.
And I got Listening Rain and Zatswill. And this is the end of the cycle. We really need to upgrade Listening Rain, so we're just paying the tax man.
Yeah, and then at the end of the deck cycle, I'll get a Oakfather. Debating if I want to replace a Wisp. I feel like at this point I'd probably want to replace the Wisp. Or maybe not. Like, at least this way, this forces a little bit of a race. If I do it here, it's removal. And I guess if I draw removal. Yeah, well, you know what? I don't like it, but I've said that a lot this game. I don't like it, but I'm putting it here.
I'm giving you tough questions.
Yeah. All right, we're on cycle 3. Well, that worked out. So I'd have to just do this first before it's too late. So I'm gonna Varix Embrace the Spite Hydra and gain 8.
Mhm.
And 2.
Hmm. That is a board. At least those minion makers aren't doing anything when your board's full.
True. That's a really good point.
Activate for Oakfather.
Alright, you got a Lycian Rain or a biologist.
Actually, hold on. This is so difficult. That'd be okay. Yeah. Where do we want him? Yeah.
There it is.
And then we'll Wisp here. And pass while I'm clicking.
Hmm. I think this is how we have to do it. I feel like that's just a waste of that, though. Can I get away with this? So I do that. And you have that. Hmm. I don't like using this way, but I think this is the plan. Although, oh, no, because if you have that, that's also a blowout. So, it's 1, 2. Eat. Oof. Yeah, that would be a blowout if I do it this way. Man, this board state right here is terrifying for me to sit against. What level is your Dreadbolt right now? Is it level 1 still?
Yeah.
But it's like I feel like you have either a Varnis Pact. Well, no, I guess if the Varnis Pact was there, maybe you do it second or first, and then play the Biologist. Oh man, this could get me blown out if you have the right cards, but I'm just gonna have to risk it. So we're gonna start by activate my ability, destroy one of my creatures for a level 1, 2, or a level 1 or 2 creature for free. I will
Mhm.
destroy this Relentless Wanderers to play a Broodfang for free. I'm gonna activate, give this -3/-3, and then I'm gonna replace the Broodfang with a Biologist. I will then replace this Biologist with a Wisp,
Nice.
and then all my minions get +5/+5. Oops. And 2.
All right. Can we fight that? That made things interesting.
See, so I was terrified of the Varnis Pact. So that ends up just being a complete blowout. Well, not a complete blowout, but it's then that Broodfang move was for nothing. But on top of it, it's like if you have a Stitcher and then just bring that Biologist back too. I don't know. There's quite a few things you could do here, which would just.
Stitcher at this level isn't matching up too well,
Oh
so
yeah,
that's
because you
not.
don't have the level 2. You're right.
I think Stitcher is my best play though. So we'll play it here. Replace this. Where you at, biologist? There you are.
I assume the Biologist is replacing itself.
Yeah. But it's still payment for later with Stitcher biologist being ready, and then less damage.
All right, so I guess by me doing that Broodfang, it keeps my Oakfather alive, so I don't feel as bad.
Yep. Yeah, Broodfang was good there. All right. Now we trade
Takes
or
3.
damage. I take 3 there.
Both of
This
them back, and
dies.
then yours goes to 1.
I had Turg my guardian. That's why I thought for so long, because it could have just
Oh,
been
I
Turg
feel yeah.
my. Yeah. Uh,
I also thought about replacing both of my Wanderers, so I would have had another Wisp and then had another 7/7, but I just feel like this is valuable.
yep.
Oof. I did not want to see that.
How do we do it this way? Oh, they got 5/5s. We'll move it here. And then you can go ahead and go while I'm clicking.
All right. It's actually a tough choice. How I want to order all this now. Probably got to be first. No, because that doesn't work if I do it that way. I think we're starting here, seeing what happens. Yeah, because that's not gonna do anything either way. All right, so we're gonna start by playing a vampiric slime. So I'll gain 2, you lose 2, and then 2.
Hmm. I'm gonna Varna's Pact and kill this guy.
Haha, nice.
That's a brute here. And pass.
Interesting. So I could do that first.
I feel like this last cycle when we get to it's gonna be crazy.
Oh, I agree.
You've already went through your level 3 biologist, but
I,
did you level Ghastly? I don't think you've leveled
yeah,
Ghastly this
I
game.
don't think I've even seen Ghastly this game.
It's gonna be interesting.
So I think it's gonna be this. I don't care about that extra 1 or this. If I do that, that does keep. Interesting. All right, I guess that's the move, because then that goes, that goes. So I'll play the Hardened Omni here. I will activate and put 3 armor on the Relentless Wanderers.
Yep, makes sense.
All right, and then that's what we got. So these will trade. These will trade.
These trade.
This takes 1, 2, 3, 4, and then these
These
trade.
trade. My board.
Hmm. So this is cycle 3, turn 3. And you've used this already, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So we got 1 more turn, and then yeah, I guess. Ugh. This is not how I was expecting this to start, but I guess we're gonna Toxic Spores first to give that -3 and this +3.
All right.
And I'll activate, make a Wisp.
Yep.
And then 2.
Yeah, this game's going long. We'll get this hibernating slime out. Oh, back row though.
Alright, so then yeah, we've got to go Charger to kill the slime. So this is
No.
But now I'm using the Charger. I almost thought about. Oh no!
Yep.
Alright, and then 2. I almost thought about saving this
Oh,
for the
that's
next
gonna be so
cycle.
good. It was gonna kill this, which was the biggest thing.
Oh yeah. And that was 6 attack, right? Yeah, alright, cool. I did that right.
You're gonna get a free Oak Father. This is rough.
Oh yeah.
Infernal Ritual would have been so good there. All right, we're just doing this for some trades.
Yeah. Alright, so you'll take 2.
Yep.
These will trade, and I'll throw this just right in the middle.
Charger's been, I think, one of your best cards against me.
I
That thing's
agree.
been so clutch.
I agree.
Huh.
Oh yeah. So I've got play mindless. Oh wow, that's actually relevant. It's usually not relevant for the other zombie or other minions.
Mm-hmm. 25 too, so that might be. This guy's a thing. Yeah.
so it's basically 20 damage I would have to deal to it to. Oof. All right. Man. All right, so I guess we're gonna start by we'll activate to make a wisp, which I'll throw here. Then we will your ability. Ugh, that's so good here.
Got a good health buffer though.
Yeah. Is there any way that I can still do this? Yeah, I think we just have to do this now. Or maybe we save it. That way I could then potentially throw something and make it bigger. Man, this is a really hard decision on how to order this turn. I think I just have to do the thing there. And then I think I have to try to get rid of that slime, which just makes me sad that I have to get rid of my Oak Father to do it. Yeah, alright. We're going to activate this now. So play
Mm-hmm.
on the zombie menu, give your minions +6. So this goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. And yeah, because then otherwise none of those can kill it unless I just do this.
Oh, they don't get aggressive. I
They
was thinking
don't.
it's okay.
But your ability here is too scary if I let this live. So, man, goodbye, Oak Father, I guess. We're going to Stone Skin and have these two trade.
Yep.
And then 2. That armor was just too strong. So I was like, oh, I could play the zombie and be fine.
We gotta kill this guy.
Yeah.
I think I'm okay passing on the ability.
All right. Is that it?
Yep.
Shambling Shambler. And that's what I got. So
Okay.
you'll take 8.
1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yours will take 4, and this will die.
4.
And then I gain 6, you take 6.
What else do we have for that? 12 health.
Alright, so I guess I'll do that. Which then lets me do that. Alright, yeah. So I'm going to start with a Shroudthorn Splicer. I'm going to replace this Wisp with an Oak Father. And then this gets destroyed because it's level 1, so I gain 6, you take 6. And then 2.
Mm. Oh, okay.
Yep.
Get rid of that.
I
I
knew it
was
was
like,
coming.
what's my option? Oh, okay, yeah. Duh.
Yeah, that's why I was just like, I had to kill something that turn. Oh, nice.
So we got 3 brutes +4 and aggressive. So 1, 2. Yeah. Actually, yeah,
And so they're all 10 attack.
yeah, I'll pump them.
Alright, so I guess what we're doing, we'll replace this with a Wanderers, and we'll activate to make an Oak Father, and then 2.
Yep. Man, Wanderers. That card.
I know. This card was the MVP this game.
But I'm gonna be putting up a fight, so
Ball!
one wisp. Um, guess he's big enough to kill him next round. So yeah. That's funny. This thing has breakthrough. It's not.
Oh, that's so funny. Alright, so all your stuff's
Okay.
gonna live.
It's
Oof.
crazy.
Yeah, this is a wild game. Alright, so this is gonna go die. These are gonna trade.
Come on, Stitchers. Let's go. We'll play this guy and gain 4.
Alright.
All right, that's a board.
Yeah.
Utera Charger for the cleanup.
I already used the Atera Charger, the level 3.
Oh, okay.
Although I can only kill 2 things in this current board state. Alright, so I think we've got to start by activating to make an Oak Father, which that's going to go here. Then I will play it's got to be this. First. Yeah, alright, so I'm going to play I don't like either of the lines in terms of the order I have to do it. So I think we've got to start here. Or no, we don't. We're going to start here. If you have it, you have it. I'll play a Vampiric Slime, so I'll gain 3. You'll take 3.
Mm-hmm.
That's 2 armor. And then 2.
I kind of drew a whiff.
Ah, damn. All
And
right.
I gained 3. Past you.
So we're gonna start with that's the one I want to get rid of. So I'll start with the Toxic Spores to give this -6 health, this +6. And then because I gain life, I'll Xeris Will to play 2 Brutes.
Nice.
That worked out. I was so worried you had Elysian Rain to then just pump the whole board after
Yeah.
getting the life, and I was like, if you had that, that's I think game over for me. Even though you're at low
Yeah.
life, I think that will just be enough to, excuse me, make it impossible for me to live through it. All right, so I take 3. Yours takes
I
8.
think this is last turn, right?
Oh, this. Oh, you're right. Oh, wow. I didn't even remember. I wasn't even looking at that. I was like thinking about what the next turn was going to be.
Yeah.
Because if I, yeah.
Wonder.
Oh, there it is.
I feel like if I don't do my uh, biologist Stitcher round one, your
Hmm.
deck's just too much life gain for me to keep up with.
Yeah, it's just the Shambling Shambler gains so much.
Hmm.
If I
And
had
they
just,
didn't even go crazy that game, really.
yeah.
Like that was pretty reasonable removal when you had the Shamblers.
Hmm.
And
I think,
then I had to use this thing to get rid of Shambler rather than to push damage. That was big.
yeah. Oof. And I think I just got lucky that you didn't have a good opportunity to level your Dreadbolts either. Because it's like, I think
Hmm.
every time you had Dreadbolt, you had better stuff to play.
Yep.
But like right now, if you drew the Dreadbolt and just could kill the Wanderers, or like, you know what I mean? That's just like, this was relatively well protected because there wasn't much hard removal. It was
Hmm.
just the Pact
The
at that
hardest
point.
thing that game was I'd leveled up really critical cards, but then when I drew them, they were actually clumped to where I'd have three in a hand.
Oh, yeah, I hate that.
Yep. And
I
so I
hate
was
that
like,
so
oh, if I could
much.
play an extra card this turn, it'd be brutal. But
Yeah. And I
this is
think
a good
just
matchup, though. I think,
this was a lot of fun. And
yeah,
like again, I think I drew cards when I needed them, but like keeping these Wanderers alive let me get to the point where I could draw the cards when I needed them.
they blocked so much damage this
I
game.
know, and it's just
They probably blocked for like 40.
yeah, potentially even more.
Yeah.
It got to a point where my board was so clogged, I was just like I wasn't even activating them, but they were just there. And like the fact that I got
Yep.
2 Oak Fathers off the level 2 was pretty incredible.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, just couldn't. They were so sticky, and the Omni was clutch that time
yep,
because you're able to pass the armor over.
exactly. That was like I was not expecting it to have too much use in this matchup, except for something like that, where it was just like a let me throw it out to be an armor generator and a chump blocker.
Hmm.
But like it just kept that Wanderers alive. But I think that like this is probably a 50-50 matchup. I thought it was actually a 70-30 in your favor when I was
Hmm.
looking at the deck ahead of time. But I didn't think about the fact that it's just like there's not a ton of breakthrough. So if I could stick a Wanderers, or if I could stick a few of like the aggressive things in the early, or like get gas and renewal leveled, like there's ways that
Hmm.
I could potentially like stall till I could get my Shambling Shambler. I
Yeah.
think if I had any other Shambler but a Shambling Shambler, I think this is like 75+% in your favor.
Yeah.
It just
One. What was I thinking about? The plays you were making kind of won the game for you, though. I think more than the deck matchup because you remember that innocent looking hibernating slime that you killed
yeah.
was going to turn into
Oh,
Infernal
I know.
Ritual off Forge for like 30 damage.
Yeah, and that's a thing where
And,
it's
and it was going to get your Wanderers. So
yeah.
that was like, I think that play won you the game because I was throwing it in front of your Wisp. I'm like, I didn't care about this Wisp, and he's not going to look at it. And you're like, kill it. I'm like, no.
Oh, I know. Yeah, that's the thing where it's just like against your deck specifically, it's like every card is just scary. Where it's
Yep.
like I can't leave anything on the board because it's just that Wisp could become a 7/7 no like immediately with
Hmm.
the Lycian Rain, or if you have a Stitcher, like that could just destroy. And it's like yeah, it was just one of those things where I was like I was looking at that card and I was just like I think no matter what, the Terra Charger was the best card to play because I think that's what was in my hand. But
Hmm.
like even if it wasn't, I was like before this set of turns, I'm like I have to remove as much as possible because
Hmm.
I'm just yeah. If you land a board state, like I'm terrified.
Yeah.
But I will.
Yeah. Infernal Ritual is just so much damage off Forge too.
I
It's like,
know it's like every time I'm sitting there thinking like, all right, how much Stitcher damage can you do? How much Lycian Rain damage can you do? Like how much like Infernal Ritual? And it's like
yep.
everything. It's just like, am I willing to risk it? And the few times I need you to not have something, you didn't have it. Like if you had the Lycian Rain like 2 turns ago, I think it was. Like it
Hmm.
was just like it was over for me.
Yep. Yep. Some of the synergies are just like too much to overcome, even for that power level.
Hmm.
This is a good deck, though. It's like really good at clogging up the board and getting value out of your Stitcher.
Yeah, I think it's just the biggest thing is it can fall flat. If I don't draw the Shambling Shambler, that means my other cards become threats because it's like you have to put a lot of effort into removing it. So it's like even if they kill it pretty quickly, that means my other things on the board get to stay.
Hmm.
Like if I miss the Shambling Shambler, it could just kind of get steamrolled. Um, because then you're removing my other good stuff, and I'm not gaining as much life. But it was a lot of fun. I think actually, from our like this league, this might be in silver now because I played it locally a couple times, and so I think this would be my third top two. So
Nice.
that'll be cool. Although I it'll be sad that I have to shelve the Omni because it's like part of me wants to keep playing it with other matchups now, but it's like there's nothing silver around here except for the Ultimate Championships. So it's like just maybe I could pair it for fun with some stuff online.
Yeah. Once you get the pair silver, can you unpair them and play the halves with other things
You
still?
can, but it's just the deck
Okay.
would be considered silver. It wouldn't be legal in a bronze event.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
either half, whatever it pairs with, is still silver.
exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but it's like you can still play them, and you could bring that to a silver event paired with something else, bronze or silver. But from a bronze standpoint, it's just kind of sits on a shelf, and you get to admire
Hmm.
it.
Yeah.
Ah, well, thank you for the games. I would say one
Yeah.
more, but I promised my girlfriend I wouldn't be playing too late today.
That's all good.
Yeah,
Thanks for
but
the games. That was
oh,
really
for
well
sure.
played. So,
Thank you. You too. You played them really well too, and I think I just got lucky removing stuff when you had the Infernal Rituals. All right. Well, have a great
all right.
one.
All right. Later.
All right. See you later. All right. Well, thank you everyone who tuned in. These were both really fun games. Um, yeah, it was just that was a really good deck that he played on his side. It's just if I didn't remove the things that I removed at the right times when we were playing that game, like I could have gotten blown out by Infernal Ritual so many times. So it's like the amount of advantage he was generating there with all of the biologists, Infernal Ritual, the Lycian Rain, all that stuff is just like the threat of all of those cards alone made it so it's like I actually have to play a little more defensively while playing aggressive and like just keep removing as much of his board as possible. Because a lot of times I actually usually don't want to be blocking as much as I did in this game, but it's just like I have to try to find ways to favorably block to keep my creatures alive and push damage just because like with his Forgeborn abilities and with all the pumps, it's just it could have gone way out of hand if any of those creatures stick through a cycle. But yeah, so thanks for tuning in. I have a game tomorrow for the first week of the March or the May League. I don't even know what month it is. So I will likely be streaming that as long as my opponent's cool with it. So I hope everyone has a great night, and I'll potentially be on tomorrow.